What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel, this is East of Awesome, and today we're going to have a little bit more of PaperPhone fun. Okay, so what I would like to do is a few things. We're going to make a speed build PaperPhone. The first one was a lot of trial and error and figuring out stuff, and this one I knew what I wanted to make, so it is a way more straightforward process. And then I added a section where I talk about these wallet things and about a clever way that lets you make them easily and quickly. So I've made a little zine about the PaperPhone. These zines are called Voyage to Awesome, and this one was the first one that I made, just a few pages about these spinning desks that I use for Linocut that I find super useful, and now I wanted to make one for the PaperPhone, like a kind of project notes, but also something that might help you if you want to build one. The main reason I make these and I want to continue to make these is that I really like the aesthetic of a completely hand-drawn and hand-lettered project notes. So here there's something on the glue, something on the add-ons, the right measurements that you need to have, and a little illustration on how to assemble it. So that's it. I put a link in the description. So you will get a few illustrations alongside the build process. And one extra at the end, I thought about one new app for the PaperPhone. It's a reading list app. So last time we talked about adding a pocket book to the PaperPhone or carrying it with you. And today I wanted to include a little list with an overview about these penguin books, but also one with one more general reading list. Let's go. Since we want to make more than one cover, I would suggest to make a template like this, especially if you want to have these registers on the side, and then you can easily transfer the measurements to all covers that you want to make. So here I'm making a little folder that goes on the back of each notebook. And now I'm using a bone folder to help it fold cleanly. Now let's move on to the paper for the inserts. I chose to use a dot grid paper here and ripped it really professionally, as you saw, and then I just folded them all in one go. Now let's move on to the wallet section that I'm going to combine here with the cover itself. Make these little tiny cuts to help the rubber bands stay in place in the middle. And here you can see a quick illustration on how I make these little pen loops and combine them with the inserts. So originally I wanted to have a simple flap on the front and on the back for this one, and so here I'm making little slits where you can use a paper clip. So this is the same cork leather that I used for the first PaperPhone, but this time we are going to glue it to the cardboard wallet section. So let's see what we have left in the rubber band chest. Like I said last time, you can very well use these rubber bands that are used for bracelets and stuff from the craft store. Now we can cut the paper inserts to size and just use the covers as a reference, and then use a cutter and go over the cut until you have done it. So let's cut some corners, I guess. So I guess we are ready to assemble everything. But maybe not like this. This way is better, yes. If you want a cleaner look on the back and already know how many inserts you want, you could sandwich these rubber bands between the outer shell and the cardboard part. But I don't mind the bands on the back and like that it is more flexible this way, and I can easily take an insert completely out. So now you see me just adding a few decorative parts and then we are ready. As I made this paper phone as a gift, that's why I don't label anything in here, and it is just a clean slate. Nearly forgot that I wanted to add something to close it up. These are elastic shoelaces, or leftover parts of some, that fit there very nicely, and so I just ripped the cover from the cardboard a little bit and used super glue to glue it in. So now we are really ready with this initial build from over a year ago. And so after this clip we are going to jump through time, and then I'm going to modify this to have a wallet section on the back where you can put cash and a card in. So let me quickly show you how I did build these wallet parts in the paper phones. So here I made it a little bit more complicated. I have this fold that lets you open it wider. This flap is an extra part that is just glued on the back here. So it works fine. You can open it very well and look in and take your money and your cards out, but and also here this insert, I glued that in only at the sides and in the middle. So here I have a place where I can put the credit card. You can also see it here from the use that it got. So this thing is nice, but I don't really need it, and this is much more complicated than what I have here. And here it is just a folder that is glued on here. This has one problem. So if it is just like this, then and you have a folder and it doesn't have this flap here, then you can't really look inside. And then I saw on some other project, I think it was a wallet with more compartments, and it was put together only at a spot in the middle, and so it can open up. So this is just an envelope built out of cardboard, and then I've glued it only in the middle here. And this way you don't have to put fancy folds on the sides here. You can just use a normal folder and you can open it up wonderfully. You see? here you can see that it is glued in the middle. And on the first one that I made, I also had a little flap here that slid in here to keep it closed, but you don't need that. You can put your cards and your cash in here and use your notebook, and because it is in the inside here, it gets held together and nothing comes out of there. At least nothing has ever for me in over a year that I use something like this as a wallet. So to prove that it is super simple and very quick, I will just upgrade this with a wallet like this. So you see that it's nothing to be afraid of. This here I found in some crafting video, double-sided tape that you can just rip off. So that's awesome. One insert idea that we can put into our PaperPhone is a reading list. These Penguin classics, in the end, they have an overview of all the books in the series. So I've taken them out of a few of them. So I have a page here for the modern classics, and in the inside I have the little black classics, but I got them really cheap, not much more than 50 cents per book. But the other option is to have an e-reader with you, and then you can get a lot of reading completely for free, because most of the classics are free in, for example, in Project Gutenberg, which is really awesome. So I thought let's not only have this reading list, but also expand our reading list app with a general reading list. So let's see. There is a list. Yeah, there is this website, thegreatbooks.org, and it takes a lot of these reading lists and combines them, the results. So it's kind of a meta list, and we can get this table thing here, and then we just take them 100. I think you can see best. Yes. All right, so let's get all of these in here. These were not properly sorted. Let's quickly get everything out here that is more than 100. Oh, number 100. And then we need to get a 0 in front of these here. Sort. You have to go. And demons, put it here at the end. Now these are properly sorted. Now I want to erase everything but the title and the author, and I'm thinking how I can do that. But if we look closely here, you can see that everything starts with a 1 here. So we can probably just try something. So let's record a little macro. We need to jump to the 1, delete to the end of the line, forward, and then we can repeat. So now that we have this, let's plant it quickly into the right format here, and then everything is good to go. Alright, so let's see. What have we got? The audiobook, but I'm counting it. 1984. Of course. Moby Dick. Last year made a sketching journal entry about that. Pride and Prejudice. Not finished. Crime and Punishment. Need another color. War and Peace, only the first book. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I've got this wonderful Folio Society edition. I'm looking forward to it. The Trial. The Master and Margarita, probably one of my favorites. Die Verwandlung. Also started that. That's the problem with an e-reader. If you start a book, then you get excited about another book and start that, nothing reminds you to pick up what you have left again. And there's the castle. Demons. I'm currently reading that. So let's say you started at 11, 12, 13, 20, 21, 22. 22 from the top 100. All right, so that's it. We have the PaperPhone that we made. You saw a lot about the Voyage to Awesome. As I said, I will put a link in the description where you can have a look. Yeah, as I said, this these readings lists from the Penguin series, they are just from the back, so you can cut them out there on your own. And this one, I'll put a link to the website that I took the list from, and I also put a link to this styled version that you can just download and print out if you want. If you happen to make your own PaperPhone, then I would absolutely love to see what you came up with and how yours looks. So please send me pictures of your PaperPhones. You can send them on Instagram. I'm not that active there, but I guess eventually I will see it. Or you can just send me an email and you can send it to paperphone@eastofawesome.com. Everything together, no separators. If you want to send me a picture, let me know if I can, if you would like me to show it in a video. But you can also just send it to me and say you don't want me to show it publicly. Let me know other PaperPhone related ideas, of course. I will definitely make another video sometimes about some cool add-ons that you can put in there. I have a few ideas already, and some of you also came up in the comments from the last video with a few great suggestions. But in the next video I would like to do something different again, because I don't like to always make the same thing. So a few ideas come to mind. I would love to finish this print here and to get back into carving some linoleum. It's going to be called Ouroboros. That's one thing. I made this stamp recently, so I can have stickers like these to if someone buys a print, then I can have one of these stickers that I make with this self-made stamp, where I can fill out the title of the print and when it is printed and what type of print it is and so forth. This is a cool project that I'm sure you could adapt to many other topics. And just last week or so I made this little Colrosing knife. Colrosing is an old technique where you can, they call it tattooing wood. So you're scratching a design into the wood, and then you're going to get pigment then in there and polish it so the wood closes above it. So I made this Colrosing knife and also made some Colrosing on the knife itself, and I think it turned out wonderfully. So this is another thing that I would love to show you. So if some of that sparks your interest more than the other things, then let me know. And that's it. I think that's it. If you've stayed till now, perhaps I thought I need to show you something cool. So here you have a PaperPhone in the notes section. Here you have an entry from about a month ago with the sketch for the last video. And here is a little sketch from my Higonokami knife, and a traditional Japanese pocket knife that I had for a long time, but I couldn't really use it because it opened up on itself. And if you keep it really sharp and you put it in your pocket and it opens up, then not so good. And I managed to repair it, and I was very happy that I could use it again. And also I've made these pages with these little red lines that you have a border here on the side, which I use for something like a tagging system. I also made these and print them out on my own. Let me know if you're interested in me putting up a few templates that you can print out and put in your notebooks or paper phones. I'm sure someday I will get to this. So see you soon. Bye bye.